Back with Bobby and JG Radio. If you just are tuning in, we spoke with Michael Amezquita, and he is the Chief Appraiser with Bexar County Appraisal District. We had a great conversation about the quality of taxation here in the San Antonio metro area. We talked about a whole bunch of different things, and things that all Bexar County residents should really listen in and tune in and know about, learn about, and know more about. If you missed any of it, you go to bobbyandjjradio.com. Be a fan of our show. You can also do through our Facebook page. Our SoundCloud, which comes out, is downloadable and streamable on Mondays. Or if you just want to wait to see his good-looking face, you just wait, and YouTube will have him on in a couple weeks here. Chief was great, and so was Mary Kieke, by the way. It was our first guest. So our third guest that's also part of the Bexar County Appraisal District is Teina Laird. She's the Customer Information and Assistance Manager. She's been with the county office for 11 years. She was with Travis County 20 years before that. And she's going to kind of talk to us about what a lot of people are really wanting to know about, which are tax exemptions, right? Mm-hmm. Teina, thank you so much for stopping by with your clan here. We really do appreciate you guys coming by. So let's talk a little bit about the exemptions. What is a homestead exemption?
A homestead exemption is actually a discount for homeowners for property tax purposes.
Sure. And so it's granted to someone that lives in the property. It can't. So like I own multiple homes, and it won't work for my investment.
Porta potties don't count.
Oh, they don't. Well, then I guess I have one home. Then it's just my homestead.
No, the property.
Those are called half baths. By the way.
The property tax code says that a family unit is entitled to a homestead exemption. So you could have multi-properties, but you're only entitled to a homestead at the property you own and actually reside in as of January 1.
I got you. As of the first of that.
And how can somebody qualify to get a homestead exemption?
To qualify to get a homestead exemption, you have to own the property as of January 1 and reside at that location. You also, when you have to file a homestead exemption, it's not just an automatic discount that you get. You have to apply for it. When you apply for that homestead exemption, you need a copy of a Texas driver's license or a Texas ID, that the mailing address is the same for both properties.
I got you, with that address on there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also like a bill too, right? Like some kind of a bill that's sent to the house, I think, or something.
No, you don't need a bill. Okay,
no worries. My bad. So can you?
Actually, I did it recently, and they wanted a utility bill.
I thought they did too.
Their last legislative session, they took away. You used to have a vehicle registration form with the mailing address the same, but that went away in the last legislative session, and now it's just your Texas ID or driver's license.
Gotcha. So when or how can someone apply for this exemption?
They can either come to our office and get an application. They can go to our website, BCAD.org, and download a copy of it. They can call our office at 242-2432, and we'll be happy to mail a copy. If they're a recent or a new homeowner this year, we are required when we send their notice of appraised value to send a residential homestead application with that. So they should get one in the mail.
So we helped 90 families either buy or sell real estate last year. We sent them all of the form, and it's like a step-by-step. This is exactly how you fill it out, and we'll even fill it out for them and help them if they need to. So
we're taking credit for it, but it was all Chantel.
Yeah, Chantel does it, but I put my name on it for sure. So when is the deadline for them to fill this extension out?
The deadline is April the 30th.
Okay.
But if someone fails to file by April the 30th, we will take late applications up to a year of delinquency.
I got you. So, but then after that, they're kind of on their own because they waited too long.
They've waited too long.
One of the things I've noticed is when I do tell people about, hey, don't forget to file a homestead exemption, the number of people that even know what it is, like they've been living in their home for years and years and they've never filed for it. So what do you think the percentage of people that actually have a homestead exemption when they own a home?
They can't. They'll never. That's needles in haystacks, dude.
Yeah, I really don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't think it's a good number because most of our people don't even know what it is.
Yeah, like when we go to listings and we didn't sell them the house to begin with, and yeah, they said, "Oh, I had no idea I had that," or a lot of other exemptions that
Right.
Tina's going to let us know about right now.
We are required yearly to post in the newspaper an ad that lets people know that it's time to file a homestead exemption and other exemptions.
Sure.
So that may be something
So
for people
you
to watch.
guys have to like in the newspaper you pull a page or something.
Yes, we're required by the property tax code.
So it's a small
to place
corner?
an ad. No,
Yeah.
actually, I think it's a quarter-page ad that we have to do now. So
It's always like during
pretty
the
big.
Spurs championship, and it's on the bottom left.
Yeah, and the ink's all faded. It's just
You can barely tell. So why should someone take advantage of this, Tina? What do you think? Why do you think they should take advantage of all these?
Well, not only is it a good exemption, a good discount from their taxes. Let's just take Bexar County for instance. They
Sure.
give a $3,000 discount from the taxes.
That's awesome.
San Antonio River Authority gives a $5,000 exemption.
Wow.
And the school districts give a $15,000 exemption. So that's a taking that
Significant
off.
value
Absolutely, you take
discount.
that off your market value first, and then you pay taxes on the remainder.
Sure.
So that's helpful. But even bigger than that to me is the fact that there is a 10% cap for homeowners on their appraised value.
So what that means is that they can never have a cap that goes more than 10% every
that's
year.
correct. That's correct.
So it can never jump up more than that.
That's correct. If you have a $100,000 home and the market is increased by 20%,
Because the trade group got you such a great deal, and then all of a sudden you're just making a ton of equity and money
There
at
you
once.
go.
I know, but they can never get more than if that's your
That's right.
homestead, but not if it's your
10% a
investment fund.
year or 10% for the remaining time that you've owned the home.
10% of a year.
Okay.
Let's say your home's valued at $100,000, the market goes up by 20%. You would typically pay taxes on $120,000, but because you have a homestead and you're capped, you're only going to pay on $110,000.
That would
for that
work
year.
more for people like in California where prices double, every few years. San Antonio really don't get that. So.
It happens. Yeah.
It happens, but we are a more stable market here.
If you're just joining us, we're speaking with Teina Laird, and she's with the Bexar County Appraisal District. So let's talk about what is this over 65 freeze?
The over 65 freeze is another exemption that the Texas legislature put into action for homeowners who are 65 or older.
They get an additional discount.
They get an additional discount. For an example of that, the city of San Antonio gives a $65,000 exemption in addition to
Sure.
their homestead exemption.
And besides that, do those taxes just go away, or how does it work?
No, the taxes for over 65, I get a lot of questions that when I turn 65, I don't have to pay taxes, right? And that's really
No.
a misconception
No,
that the
you
public
pay less,
has.
but you still pay.
You pay less. But the good thing about the over 65 is that when you turn 65 and you file for that exemption and it's applied to your account, then in the future your taxes in the entities that give the exemption,
Sure.
you basically have a tax ceiling, and so you'll never pay more to those entities than you pay at the time you're 65.
That percentage is going to stop. From then on, that's it.
That's correct. Now, not every entity in Bexar County gives a
Sure.
tax freeze, so people will see their taxes increase in small increments in entities that don't.
So my mom's going to kill me, but she does have a younger husband, so she's kind of a cougar in that way.
Cougar,
So
cool.
if she's 65 and her husband's younger, do they both have to be 65?
No.
Awesome.
Either
All right, there you go,
party.
Mom. Now you know.
He's in his 20s, isn't he?
No, I wish. I'm just kidding. So besides that, let's talk about this. So Bobby's dad is a disabled vet. He's 100% disabled. He pays 0 taxes. But there are some disability taxes that you give off percentages of disability for veterans and non-veterans. Is that correct?
That is correct. There's a veterans exemption that is based on the percentage of the veterans service-connected disability
Sure.
rating. If they are at least 10% disabled, then they can get a portion, a discount on a portion of their taxes. If they're 10 to 29%, they get $5,000. If they're 30 to 49, they get $7,000. If it's 50 to 69%, there's a $10,000, and then over 70 percent, you get $12,000 exemption. And that doesn't have to be applied just to your residence homestead. That can be applied to any real property
That's
that
awesome.
you own.
Great. So, Teina, I know that you guys are there at 411 North Frio, and you and your staff are incredible, and you're there to answer any questions, and we can't speak highly of your team and your entire company, or not company, but location. But we
Thank
do
you.
appreciate you guys coming in today and telling our listeners what they need to know all about taxes in Bexar County. And if anyone needs to get a hold of them, they go to 210-224-2432 or BCAD.org. We're going to have a new show next week. It's going to be an extension of Need to Know billboard marketing. If you have any other questions, you go to bobbyandjjradio.com and we'll get them answered. Thanks for joining in and tuning in.
Bye.